we know is he's not the Stig, but he is the Stig's American cousin.
Ooh! Big Stig!
No, actually, to be honest, James turned 50 just last week. Yeah. Why are you applauding? No, why are you applauding? All he had to do to get to 50 is not die, and the speed he drives, that's not difficult.
It's always great fun to lock someone else's bicycle up with your bicycle lock.
You're just a yobbo!
No, it's a great game. You must
Sometimes just throw a brick through their window or set fire to their shop.
How big to orphans, you buy a whole lot of really, really cheap bicycle locks.
It's a combination one.
Yeah, and then just go along the street locking people's bikes up.
Why would you do that?
Because it's funny!
No, but you do. No, but it is because you do it, and then I did this with Robert Cook on York Station in 1978. If it was your bicycle, you'll know it was us. But you lock it up, and then you hide behind some wheelie bins and wait for them to come back, because they take their own lock off, going, oh, yes, my bicycle's good, and they run off and go, dunk. And they look like, oh, I didn't put that on there.
People are watching. They're getting the idea.
Yeah, no, well, don't do this, children, 10-year-olds and 52-year-olds, if you're watching. We're not condoning
Or 52-year-old
other
children.
people's bicycles up.
No,
or indeed unplugging people's electric car, because when they come back and find the range just says 2, it's not funny.
Funny. We're not saying you should do that.
No, you shouldn't.
We're just saying you can do it.
It is time to do the news, and it's good news, because the Dacia Sandero is on sale in the UK and taking the nation by storm.
Great! Now, the Mercedes SLS. There it is.
This is the perfect car for the job.
Can't say that.
What?
You can't say that word, the C word.
I didn't do that.
Not that C word, the other C word.
Car.
Yes,
Car?
you can't say that. Car here means gentleman sausage.
Really? What?
Yes, that's why they all watch Top Gear in Albania. Funniest show in the world, funnier even than Norman Wisdom. You make show about...
So when I say my car's enormous,
That's the funniest thing in the world they've ever heard. They tune in every week.
We
to
do
go,
a car show.
Yes, but you can't say car or peach.
Peach.
Don't say peach.
what does that mean?
Lady garden. So this car's a peach.
Oh, it's all in here, isn't it? Spikes. These move through the ground to cover the seeds after they drop. This has chunky treads. Grip bumpy or slippery ground. Oh, this is absolutely marvellous.
Hammond, I think you're reading more into it than is actually there.
It cuts the stalks and threshes them to knock the grain right out. Oh, they're all flushed.
It's just a book about tractors, and the best thing is there's a series of them. There's dazzling diggers, amazing aeroplanes, enormous erections.
What?
I made that last one up.
Spreads the straw behind it as the grain spills from the spout. Oh, for farmland can be rough.
There we go.
Brittany Clarkson is leaving the car.
OK, we're arriving. I'll brake. It's an all-over carpet burn. How am I going to explain this to my wife?
Let's move on. Now, we have been sent by a viewer a copy of a motorcycling magazine from 1976. We have a picture of it here, the front cover. Sort of thing you love, that, isn't it, James?
Lovely.
What distressed us greatly was there was an advertisement on the back page for some leathers, and it was the model that was being used that has terrified us. Here it is. Now, don't say that isn't you, look.
1976. Is that 1976?
1976.
There is no point denying that it's you because he's wearing brown shoes. It's got to be you.
It is you. You looked exactly the same in 1976 as you. When were you born?
I was only 12.
You weren't, though, were you? You know, I've speculated many, many, many times over the years on what sort of a man appears as a model in leather.
Yeah. You've let the motorcycling side down there, pal.
That's your stupid Willy Maybe the trick is to sneak up on them and do it quietly. Right, watch this. Right, got you, go! How the hell does it do that?
Some say he's the Stig, but he isn't. He's the Stig's Chinese cousin. Now, I should explain, driving is his second favourite thing.
What's his first favourite thing?
Attacking people. He does it a lot. He's constantly attacking. Why are you doing that? Why don't you go and do some driving? Go, get into the trunk. Stop attacking us.
Get in the car.
No, he's got to get in the car. Get in the car.
Trunk chief.
Get in the trunk chief. No. No, that's the director. That is the director.
What if I start the engine? Would that do it? Come on.
Come on, in you go.
They bow, don't they?
Go in. Get in.
Oh,
get
yes.
in. That's the worst Stig we've ever had. Those of you who saw our Christmas special will probably remember we left our 3 cars on plinths high in the Himalayas on a road between China and India, so that people passing between these 2 great economic superpowers would forevermore be reminded of Great Britain. Well, unfortunately, it turns out that the plinths were built on an ancient burial ground with deep religious significance. So a man came and told us to take them down immediately.
Yeah.
So,
Where are the cars now?
they're not in the Himalayas.
Yeah, but where are they?
Hampshire. Yes, that's where it is. Richard, tell me, when you go to work at the BBC in London, where do you park your car?
Well, Jeremy, I park it in the car park at the BBC, underground, where everybody else parks. That's where do you park?
I park in the underground car park. It's a bit of a walk, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now, there is a loading bay just outside our office, which is a lot more convenient, but obviously there's no parking there. Now, I took a photograph in this loading bay this week, OK? Here it is. Now, we may recognise this car if we watch The Apprentice. It belongs to Lord Sir Sugar.
Yeah, but to be fair, his chauffeur was probably loading him into the building at the time.
Exactly.
So it could be in the loading
Technically, this was a delivery, so that's fine. More worrying is this, OK? We zoom in. Now, right there's a little Fiat Panda parked, blocking the door, and the honest working men whose job is to deliver things to the BBC. And I'm wondering, Hammond, who has a little black Fiat Panda?
I don't know. At the BBC.
Is it? Does David Attenborough? No, he doesn't.
Paxman.
Moving on.
Who is that? Oh, that can't be James. Not driving.
Who is it?
Yeah! It's the United Kingdom!
Can James get out?
He's overcome. He's overcome. How are you there? Do you know he's asleep? He's actually asleep. He sleeps it off. He doesn't look asleep. No, he's very tired. Very tired. Very tired. Yeah.
A picture of the view we had. Here it is. It was another. You can actually see the bits of the Kremlin, but mostly you could just see a stupid Audi Q3.
I haven't gone to see that. Somebody at Audi has obviously thought, well, all these people are going to these places to look at things, so let's have them look at our cars and just put them...
Yeah, you are not joking. You are not joking. I've got a photograph here of the Players' Tunnel at Old Trafford. There you go. Giggs and Pearson, or whatever his name is, that Ginger.
Well, you can't see him because there's an Audi in the way.
Yeah, exactly. I've got another picture here of the Grand Canyon. These are real pictures.
It's not just cars either. Fancy having a look at the Sydney Opera House? Well, here it is. Oh, no, you can't see it.
Parked our boat in front of it. And what worries me is how many views there are in the world that they could still ruin. Here's the Taj Mahal.
I've always fancied seeing the pyramids, but you can't.
There they are. Or the scene from Basic Instinct. There you go.
Once again, an Audi in the way of what you actually want to see.
OK.
Let's get started. Look at that.
What?
He was a member of a gym.
He was not.
Could we have murdered someone a bit smaller?
Not really, it's all that was there. Anyway,
It was the only one we could catch.
anyone smaller would have been faster.
Come on, James.
Those things that comes quite
The
naturally.
police could be on their way.
No, but I can't lift him up. 3, 2, 1, and up.
No, it's not working.
He's just
OK.
This was hopeless. So rather embarrassingly, we had to ask the man we'd murdered to give us a hand.
He came second.
Yeah.
Which means you lost.
Sorry, that came out then. It's got to follow that's the problem.
Right, so all we've got to do now is saw his leg. Wait a minute.
Just get that in there.
No, bend that back there, round there.
Yes.
Yes.
OK, excellent.
Right, now, the great thing about the Rolls-Royce is it has self-levelling rear suspension, so when the boot is shut, you won't know from the way it's riding that there is a body in there.
So the boot won't go down. Right, you get him out and put him in the back of the Benz.
What?
Get him out.
Sadly, there's a fridge in the boot of the Merc which takes up a lot of room.
Is that it? Can you move
That's...
that knee?
No, Jeff.
That meant our dead body wouldn't fit.
Nobody wants to see that.
And even though he did fit in the Bentley, there was still a problem.
Mate,
Yeah.
you can see him.
That is a drawback.
You
Clearly.
might as well just put him in the passenger seat.